And without further ado, I'd like to present Kate Foster's Work in Progress Cabaret, How to Stay.
Alright. How to stay in Manhattan? I stayed here. Born and bred and raised and cultured, cycled, recycled, again and again. Still, New York, she senses reluctance. I'm off in the space of singing a song, or the stillness of a silence. Yeah, head in the clouds. You can have your head in the clouds and still be in New York, in a skyscraper, an NYPD helicopter. My head's not in those clouds, not even in that cumulus. I'm in some galaxy far, far away, just one we haven't heard about yet. There's a part of me that thinks, home. It sounds like a good idea. Rather than knowing home, feeling at home. The same part that sees need as a weakness, falling asleep as a liability, and losing it all as inevitable. What we know can be taken for granted. What we take for granted can be taken away. Yeah, New York senses reluctance, but also desire to the city I call lover, midwife, incubator, friend. I can't say I'll stay. I can't even call you home, not with words. But please, let me try. Let me try with melodies, music. Summer journeys to Niagara Falls and other places aggravate our cares. We'll save the fares. I've a cozy little flat in what is known as Old Manhattan. We'll settle down right here in town. We'll take Manhattan, the Bronx, Staten Island too. It's lovely going through the zoo. It's very fancy on Old Delancey Street, you know. The subway charms us so when balmy breezes blow to and fro. And tell me what street compares with Mott Street in July. Sweet push carts gently gliding by. The city's a wondrous toy, just made for a girl or boy. We'll turn Manhattan into an Isle of Joy. Thanks, Dalton. Ragnar on piano, everybody. We'll go to Coney and eat bologna on a roll. In Central Park we'll stroll, where our first kiss we stole, soul to soul. We'll go to Yonkers, where true love conquers all the while. We'll starve, but together, dear, in style. The city's glamour can never spoil the dreams of a boy or girl. We'll turn apartment in New York. We'd been Upper West Siders back in the 1980s, 86 in Amsterdam, and almost 20 years later, almost 20 blocks up, Dad was lifting heavy furniture into 103rd and Manhattan Avenue. We sat at a pizza place later, and we talked about leaving. He said, "Kate, I used to judge places by how long I could disappear. San Francisco, you could take your Jeep, your guitar, not much else, be gone for 2 weeks. But disappear? New York? 20 minutes. With cell phones now, it's what, 20 seconds? I thought disappearing for 2 weeks sounded really, really nice, but he stopped me. Point is, New York City's not going to wait for you to come back. New York City won't wait for you. She's not used to waiting." My palms sweaty, claustrophobic, and I can already see the expectations on strings, little strings like on an elevator, bringing things up from the depths. Wants, needs, desires, commitments, things that are dark and dirty and unreasonable that we don't want to see or know about because they live by a different set of rules. Rules that have less to do with what you can handle and more to do with what you must handle. Funny that a city might be the solution for my commitment phobia, emotional claustrophobia, inability to stay. That New York may be the first lady in my life to be completely iron, totally dominant, getting everything she wants. Rent, weather, work, transportation, who you know, where you're going, how you're getting there, what you do, who you are. Why? Why does she call all the shots? New York, so fucking mean. So fucking loyal. So fucking human. New York's human, and I love her. New York's human, and I love her, and I'm scared of her. New York's human, and I love her, and I'm scared of leaving her, losing her. She's my girlfriend. All right, you guys, so my friend Sarah Duncan, who's in the audience right now, helped me write this ditty based on a Rodgers and Hammerstein tune that you may know. And I'm not really allowed to say this because of legal reasons, but this is all reappropriated Rodgers and Hammerstein and Heart Music. Please don't sue me, Legacy Fund over there. So we're just gonna jump into it, and thank you, Sarah. Raindrops just joking and subway performers, bright bathroom graffiti, ironic leg warmers, broke artist friends who are squatting. These are my New York City favorite things. Watching the Tonys and free yoga classes, Pride Week when I see chaps and bare asses, dance parties and Central Park in the spring. These are my New York City favorite things. Gluten-free vegan strudel, church bells, alarm bells, and cheap ramen noodles when charges get dropped after protesting. These are my New York City favorite things. When the train's stuck, you're like, oh fuck, New York makes me sad. I think of my New York City favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. To freshman year collegiate Kate. You're lying in your dorm room bed. I don't remember the sheets. Flannel? Of course, flannel. All right. The sun's found you smiling today. You're gay. You know this. No one else does. Wait. God knows. God knows you're gay. And the sun's smiling, you're smiling back, and maybe that means God's smiling, because God's always felt like blue and fire to you. Maybe God feels like the day, and this day is good. You're holding your stomach like you're pregnant with yourself. You know a birth will happen soon. Your birth. You've known ever since you thought about timing. Come out now or come out later. Come out at 19 or come out at 45. You're not coming out today, but you know. You know today. There's this girl, this feral girl. Well, feral in a good way. She walks and talks like she already owns you. She does. She's raw and real. She's a New Yorker. She's ready to take you on. Well, not take you out. She's with someone else, but she's shepherding you. Even if she doesn't know she's the shepherd. You want her like air, like desperation, like neediness. You want to be quietly needy. Want. Need. These are new words for a romantic vocabulary that's been mute for years. Now is the time to make some noise. Woo! Okay, not with words. Not yet. Soon. Today, focus on the sound of smiling.
We got sunlight in the sand, moonlight on the sea, mangoes and bananas you can pick right off a tree. Volleyball and ping pong, lots of dandy games. What ain't we got? We ain't got dames. We get packages from home, movies, we get shows, we get speeches from our skipper, and advice from Tokyo Rose. We get letters, dots from perfume, dizzy from the smell. What don't we have? You know damn well. We got nothing to put on a clean white suit for. What we need, there ain't no substitute for. There's nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There's nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. We feel restless, we feel blue, we feel lonely, and in brief, we get every kind of feeling, but the feeling of relief. We get lonely as the book got when he met Red Riding Hood. What don't we feel? We don't feel good. Lots of things in life are beautiful, but brother, there is one particular thing that is in no way, shape, or form like any other. There's nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. Are you done with the first? No. Okay, go finish it.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna get my friends Kel and Mark up here. Okay, depending on how much time you need. All right, so Kel and Mark are Brooklyn based duo, Into Doubt. They're really, really incredible. Please check them out. They have a website, and they're recording an album in February. You guys are seeing them in an intimate setting here, which is awesome. Mark is also the boyfriend of one of my really good friends, Shara. She's like my soul. Mark and Shara have a relationship of yeses, which is really beautiful. I say a few more don'ts than they do, just in general. Dear Mr. Lawrence Hart, I didn't know you. I didn't know you before. You didn't have the DVD box set. Rodgers and Hart DVD box set. Rodgers and Hammerstein, I had that DVD box set. Maybe I couldn't see you, couldn't feel you, couldn't find you. This 5-foot small Jewish gay guy in the corner of his mom's Harlem apartment, too scared to leave, too scared to stay. Bodies turn to ash, but your body was always a complicated body. You turned your flesh into fluid, sloshing around, spilling, evaporating in remembrance of gin and not getting and forgetting. Couldn't see you, couldn't feel you, couldn't find you, but I could hear you in your words, your harmonies. And then I started to see you, feel you, find you everywhere. At the intersection of self-gratification, self-doubt, and self-expression. Body dysmorphic dreams. Feeling out of place at your own party. And it wasn't just about the music. It wasn't just about the music anymore. Years apart, you know me and I knew you. Yes, time is divisive, identities are individual, discrimination discriminates differently, and New York marquees have changed. But lyrics, your lyrics, they're limitless. I wish you were here.
The gentleman is a dope, a man of many folds, a clumsy Joe who wouldn't know the Roma from a waltz. The gentleman is a dope, and not my cup of tea. Why am I crying my eyes out as if he belonged to me? The gentleman isn't bright, he doesn't know the score. A cake will come, he'll take a crumb and never ask for more. The gentleman's eyes are blue, but little do they see. Why am I crying my eyes out as if he belonged to me? He's somebody else's problem. She's welcome to the guy. She'll never understand him half as well as I. The gentleman is a dope. He isn't very smart. He's just a log you wanna hug and hold against your heart. The gentleman doesn't know how happy he could be. Look at me crying my eyes out as if he belonged to me. He's somebody else's problem. She's welcome to the guy. She'll never understand him half as well as I. The gentleman isn't dope. He isn't very smart. He's just a log you wanna hug and hold against your heart. The gentleman doesn't know how happy he could be. Look at me crying my eyes out as if he belonged to me. He'll never belong to me.
The first and last time I closeted myself was in Georgia. The state, not the country. 24 hours back in a summer camp setting, and I was already in hiding. Went down to the theater specialist, and they looked at me the first day and said, You're our outdoor specialist, right, too? High ropes courses, rock wall. Okay, I'm not scared of moving places, but I'm generally pretty scared of moving around. There were so many miscommunications that summer. 3 months in Winder, Georgia, learning how to ballet people up the rock wall. I know it's ballet, but ballet people up the rock wall. Closeting myself, eating applesauce. No, seriously, just applesauce. My stomach stopped digesting anything but applesauce. I laughed about that for as long as I could until I couldn't laugh anymore. And I needed to go home to remind myself how I laughed in the first place. Camp sent the counselor home early and back to a familiar house in a familiar town in a familiar state, New Jersey. And I started to learn home based on things that weren't elsewhere. Brookdale Park, Nelson's Sushi, Montclair High School with the piece of the World Trade Tower sticking out in the front, the Little Theater, which had so shaped my time and I couldn't make myself step back into, even the commute from New Jersey to New York, the 66 bus. Yeah, I had to get wise to it. I hadn't been back home since I left for college 4 years earlier. The plan was to leave before anyone told me to get lost. But back at home, no one was telling me to get lost. They were just allowing me to stay.
What time it was till I met you. Oh, what a lovely time it was. How sublime it was too. What day it was, then you held my hand, warm as the month of May it was, and I'll say it was great.
think I'm this young thing. Half expecting me to pull third-grade poems out of my backpack. I pull out a book on third-wave feminism. Yeah, you just laugh. I want to be old enough for you. Make me wizened. Make me aged. Give me all those crazy, painful experiences that transform you into condescending sage. And sweet teacher. I'm sick and tired of complaining about parties that lasted too long, part-time work that lasted too long. I want to complain about life lasting too long. Or not lasting long enough. No. I want some of that hard-earned wisdom you're constantly throwing away, apologizing for. They call me old soul. Impressed yet? I want to be that old face you see in the mirror. Let's skip past the familiarizing to the familiar, the walking on eggshells, to the constancy of lived love. The next time you see me, I want to hear, "Oh, it's you again," instead of "hello." Life is too short for pretending there are things I don't want. And yeah, my short life has taught me that. I want you, an age wrapped around me like so many wrinkles. I want you draped on my musculature like arthritis. I know the pain. I want to miss your pop culture references, and I want you to miss mine. I want the struggle of coming together, like a broken old piece and the brand spanking new piece that needs to be broken. Yeah, I know. I know you'll break me. You'll break me so I can live forward. And I'll break you of constantly thinking about mortality and what you should be doing by now. My future is an open book, and your past is the novel I want to read. I thought old people weren't supposed to play hard to get, but here you are, looking like Braille, and you won't let me touch you. Let me touch you so I can understand the ways you've touched me. This is a love poem for the months of May and December. And their newest converts. Let's defy age to define each other. Weather will make me look like you. And seasons ago, you had long hair. Let's intertwine our locks and see if we can't find the deeper meaning of time together.
She's a fool, and don't I know it? But a fool can have her charms. I'm in love, and don't I show it like a babe in arms? Love's the same old sad sensation. Lately, I've not slept a wink since this half pint. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Am I? told me I shouldn't sleep. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. Lost my heart, but what of it? She is cold, I agree. She can laugh, and I love it. Although the laughs of me, I'll sing to her each spring, to her, and long for the day when I'll cling to her, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I.
He has a CD and he gigs with people regularly. He was gigging with a really amazing jazz band singer named Margaret John Quinto. I don't know if she's here tonight. Of Margie and the Dapper Dots. He plays with her regularly, also does his own stuff. Rock and roll, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm going to ask my friend Anna to get up on stage with me. Anna Gothard is an amazing instrumentalist, actor, person of her own right. I'm really so glad she's here. So this is the end of the show that we're leaving you with a song. And I was talking to my friend Sarah, and I was like, I really don't know how to end the show. And she was like, well, that's very like you. And that's also very emblematic of not knowing how to stay, because in order to really end things, you have to have really been there. So I'm working on it. In the end, though, I'm leaving you guys with a reimagined tune from Carousel with Anna, What's the Use of Wondering? And the question there is like, what's the use? You're with someone because you love them. You're in a city because you love it. You're on a stage doing a show because you love that feeling. You know, what's the use of talking about it 30 minutes later? Sorry about that, you guys. So, all right. Are you ready? What's the use of wondering if she's good or if she's bad, or if you like the way she wears her hat? Oh, what's the use of wondering if she's good or if she's bad? What's the use, what's the use, what's the use of wondering if she's good or if she's bad? What's the use, what's the use, what's the use of wondering if she's good or if she's bad?
the use? But you love her, but you love her. Run away, what's the use? Run away, what's the use? But you love her. Run away, what's the use? Run away, what's the use? But you love her. What's the use? What's the use? What's the use of wondering? Thanks, everybody.